and welcome to TFN. My name is Mati Senghor. This is News Review coming to you live from our Platinum studio in Kirba Avenue, and we are live across all our social media platforms. Coming up, heavily armed Senegalese soldiers enter the Gambia again and open fire as they clash with villagers in Omoto. Abdul Wilan, a senior member of Gambia for 5 years, who left NPP to join UDP 10 days ago, has made a U-turn by rejoining NPP in a dramatic move. GMC leader Mai Fati hold breakfast meeting with the nation's editors, and my guest this evening is Mr. Sekou Marong, the National Assembly member for Latrikunda Sabiji constituency. Thank you once again for joining us, and now we begin this bulletin with the newspaper review, and I have with me The Point and the Standard newspaper. The Standard newspaper here is reporting that EU gave 6.8 billion to Barrow government. Jara chief supported bid to make Jammeh king. Operation Zero Crime arrests 881 in a month. Significant progress made a hunt for Banta Keita. APRC launches Back to State House campaign. Let's take a look at some of these stories in detail. EU gave 6.8 billion to Barrow government. The European Union delegation in the Gambia has disclosed that it has contributed almost 6.8 billion to the national budget of the Gambia since Adama Barrow came to power. This disclosure came in a statement the delegation issued yesterday announcing the release of 5.5 million, about 338 million for the budget of the Gambia. It explained that in response to the outbreak of COVID-19 crisis, the EU has given the government almost 40 million euro, equivalent to around 2.4 billion, with its release being the third tranche of the ongoing budget support operation. Jara chief supported bid to make Jammeh king. The head chief of Jara West District, Yaya Jajusi, admitted at the Truth Commission yesterday that he endorsed and supported the bid by some Gambians to change the country's republic status in a monarchy and enthrone the President Jammeh as king. TRRC lead counsel Essa Fall expressed his satisfaction. TRRC lead counsel Essa Fall expressed that the chief Jajusi will mortgage the potential of his children from attaining the highest office by making the country a monarchy. Operation Zero Crime arrested 881 in a month. The Joint Security Task Force Operation Zero Crime has arrested 881 people within a month from 2nd April to 16th May 2020. Delivering a joint statement on behalf of the team, police spokesperson Superintendent Lamin Jai disclosed that out of his number of 430 were arrested by the anti-crime unit, 142 arrested by the task force in Kenifing municipality, 81 in Banjul, 156 in West Coast region, and 72 by the police intervention unit. He said the arrests were screened and 350 of them were not found to have been associated with any crime. 135 were not found to have been were found to be in breach of immigration law. 119 handed to the Drug Law Enforcement Agency for appropriate action, and 196 connected to various crimes ranging from breaking in, stealing, robbery, being armed in public, idle, and disorderly behavior, conspiracy to commit felony, and trafficking, among many other things. He said the suspects were targeted in several criminal hideouts, public places, markets, and vehicle garages. Superintendent Lamin Jai said at least 60 of those arrested were standing trials and the rest being processed by the police. The Zero Crime campaign was initiated by the police in collaboration with other services to reduce crime in the country. APRC launches Back to State House campaign. Determined to regain its lost crown, the former ruling Alliance for Patriotic Reorientation and Construction APRC this week launched its Back to State House campaign. Addressing the launching, former Parliament Speaker and APRC founding member Fatmata Jahumpa Cisse urged the party members and sympathizers at home and abroad to donate at least $100 towards the party's forthcoming tour and voter registration mobilizing efforts. She commended the women folk of the party for their continuous loyalty to the party. And now we take a look at The Point newspaper. Over 39,000 Gambians entered European Union countries through back way. EU releases $5.5 million supported for the Gambia. Over 39,000 Gambians entered European Union countries through bikeway. The International Organization of Migration, IMO, has revealed that more than 39,000 Gambians entered European Union countries through the irregular migration called backway, revealing that the strangers found comprises of Gambians residing in Spain, UK, Germany, Italy, among other European countries from 2014 to 2020. These revelations were revealed at a conference where 30 journalists were currently undergoing advanced training on migration. These were the stories. We'll go with a short break and we'll be right back. Welcome back, and if you're just tuning in, this is TFN News Review. Heavily armed Senegalese soldiers crossed into the Gambia on Wednesday through Omoto as they reportedly pursued a truck carrying timber. The soldiers clashed with the villagers in Border Village, which is in the Kombo East district of the West Coast region. Here is a video of the ugly scene obtained by the Fairtune Network.
Yo, Ali, ite mo bunna. Inyama ma ite mo bunna. Ite mo bunna. Foja mu Senegal. Yo, ike kuntili ndami jela mu kasa masti. Umota fonni keli meji. Imo umota fonni keli. Yeyel. Yo do hole be bulu. Hani murba kava murba wala fende mo bulde ngali yajel. Do ko itoni la eke ngali le maskidol jel. Yo imaji. Imaji. Sa imaji. Ifana kafata. Yo imaji. Imaji. Hop. Umota gol fele ko be le motol mal yajel. Imaji kata. Imaji ko be le motol mal. Sos. Yo, ale kidomel. Imaji. Ale kidomel. Ale amo imaji. Imaji fire ka kesan. Imaji.
TAF Africa Global presents the new Tulip Gardens. TAF Tulip Gardens is set to comprise service plots in sizes ranging from 220 to 570 meters square. Deposit as low as $83,600 is only an 18-month interest-free payment plan with only 20% deposit on the service plots. Please contact 376-2333 or 776-2333. TAF Africa.
Meanwhile, a spokesman of the Gambia Army, Major Lamin Key Sanyang, told the Fairtune Network today the Army was still investigating the incident. And now, the leader of the Gambia Mural Congress, Mai Ahmed Fati, on Thursday, hosted editors of various media houses in the country. The breaking fast meeting was held at the politician's house in Kutu. Our chief editor Lamin Jai was there and he came through with this report.
The initiative saw Mr. Fati become the first political leader to sit with the country's top editors over breakfast. He explains the rationale.
This is the beginning of what is going to be a continuous process from now all the way down to State House and beyond. We are going to have regular session with the editors because you shape the news. The reporters bring it and you decide what to put in and what to throw out. And that is why it's important that we have this interface between you and us so that we can blow the line. We can in fact eliminate the line that often is seen as them and us. There is no them and us between us and the media. So this is the beginning by GMC to engage the media at a very relaxed and informal setting where we not just have a press conference and we stand there with an issue or with a message to deliver and you are there to probe into your personal interest too, what you need to know. It is always a different setting. But we want an environment where we can interact, we can chat, we can be ourselves, we can all let down our guard and be human again and have a normal relationship This is what this is intended to serve.
Maifati is the leader of Gambia Moral Congress. He used the meeting to speak on a number of issues bordering on national interest. One of them is the nation's degenerating security. And Mr. Fati, a former Minister of the Interior, commented on the issue.
The security situation of the country today is very deplorable. Security of life, the value of life, in fact, diminishes every day in this country. Every day somebody is killed at some point. It's no longer news. The days when we were much younger, when someone dies at Koina, the whole nation is shocked. It's big news for the whole country. Today, if you wake up in the morning and it comes to night and nobody's dead, you wonder, did anybody die today? So it is no longer shocking, it's no longer news. And that's because the fundamental obligation of the state is to protect the citizens, to maintain security and law and order. This is not happening. The state is not according the due benefit to citizens in terms of protecting their lives and properties. And this is why this cannot be sustained. Even in the days of the dictatorship, the Gambia has not witnessed so much crime, so much grievous crime, armed robbery, murder, and other serious crimes as rapid and as frequent as they are in this country. And thieves, criminals are getting more daring. They come broad daylight and they use weapons. They will get you in traffic and get rid of your car and take your money and hurt you. Broad daylight. And we have a government. What is the purpose of government? What is the function of government? These are things we need to talk about, and when you do, some people get on the defensive. But these are legitimate questions we must talk about. We must not just criticize the president for the sake of criticizing. He's a friend of mine. We go a long way. But suddenly, when it comes to the Gambia, we must defend our people, and we must, all of us must work together.
Gambia is 7 months to presidential elections, and already the atmosphere is charged with a lot of political talk. Mr. Fati appreciates the power of the media and wants members of the press to treat certain statements from politicians with care.
Because the media is involved in the information brokerage business that makes the media powerful, because information is power. And that is the tool trade of the media. So without information, the media also is a toothless bulldog. It is information that is powerful. And your industry deals with information. That makes you the most powerful industry in the world. You can cause wars. You can cause civil strife. You can cause genocide. You can wreak havoc around the world. But you can also be a source of stability and peace. So the media is a double-edged sword. It can destroy in the hands of deranged persons, particularly if they're in political authority.
The presidential election in December is being seen as a high-stakes plebiscite in some quarters. The role of the Independent Electoral Commission is massive. The commission is set to begin registering Gambian voters in 9 days' time. The GMC leader, however, believes the IEC is not appearing up to the task.
We are very worried. GMC is very concerned that the IEC does not seem fully prepared to conduct proper elections. We have had a cancellation of registration, and then we have once more registration coming on. And the discussions that is ongoing between the IEC and the political parties through the IPAC, Inter-Party Committee, reveals that suddenly there is a lot of work that needs to be done on the part of the IEC. Even more worrying is the revelation by the IEC that no funds has yet been allocated to them. The Gambia government is yet to disperse the money necessary for their activities to take place.
The issue of Gambians in the diaspora voting is one of the many issues that continue to dominate the political discourse. Mr. Fati believes Gambians who reside abroad have every right to vote.
They have a right to vote and be voted for. There is no difference between a Gambian living in the Gambia and a Gambian living in the United States or Angola or Italy or also elsewhere. Your citizenship is not suspended by virtue of your absence from your country. You remain a Gambian no matter where you reside in this world. And so the rights of citizenship remains attached to you as an individual Gambian, wherever you are. Those rights are not suspended, and they cannot be withdrawn by any law.
The GMC leader also disclosed to editors his party will hold a convention in June and he will contest the December election should the party choose him as presidential candidate. Lamin Jai, News Review. The initiative.
And now, Abdul Wilan, who joined UDP from NPP just 10 days ago, dramatically left UDP and returned to NPP. More in this report. Abdul Wilan, Assistant Secretary of Gambia for 5 years and Peace Building, who joined the UDP less than 10 days, has announced that he is back to NPP, telling President Adama Barrow that he didn't leave the party but went to investigate at UDP and he is back with results. He added that it's his constitutional right to join any party of his choice and also leave any party.
Dama buga wax si suma turi executive Gambia for 5 years and Peace Building.
Akwala kafo Gambia for 5 years and Peace Building la executive after kuma fola wala la fanala.
Parce wax bi bari na.
Ako katu kumo siata.
Media houses si dahe nañ ma fu nekk buga dega xibaar si man.
Ako journalist sol ni media house la bayndi dula bete la xibaarol sot la bulu.
Mané bala ma joxe xibaar dafa fekk pare na si suma liggéey bi ma nekkoon.
Ako jannaka xibaaro di journalist la abe tarala tabe do ko men na pare to faka pare.
Kon dina njëkk nuyu.
Ako don na kontondre follow.
Dina ko jiital di nuyu His Excellency President Adama Barrow.
Ako mbo kere na banko nyatan ko e même His Excellency President Adama Kairó Hino Balafa Baroti.
Suma jóge si loolu.
Ako ni mbotawto.
Dina nuyu kilifa diina, kilifa aada ak kilifa cosaani Gambia.
Dino alfal ado alfal ñi mel bebe ñi banko ka njang.
Suma jóge si loolu.
Ako ni mbotawto.
Dina nuyu kilifa political party yu nekk si réew mi yépp.
Alpha kafol political party mel bebe banko kan si kontong.
Di jiital si
wolum.
Am nañu wax ne.
Loolu ko.
Abdou de dafa dem UDP.
Ko Abdou de atata UDP le.
Suma constitutional right la.
Na banko mara lan kitabo en so anyantolal.
Pour
fo
ma bokka ci kurel buma sahal.
Kafu diata ñeneen te lafta kafu la da men ci kafu no je.
Tay suma constitutional right la.
Hane bi na ñantole fana mu de.
Ma bokka place.
Pour nga kafu dulato.
Be pare joge place.
Ka bo je fana.
Waaye man
ako barate.
Bima ñi ñëwé fekkasi.
Ako kabri ñil natante waling.
Muy suma harit.
Terima
Modou Sabali. Ak suma ko xamne mako tété bem fogg na gis na politique.
Ani mo men ko tel nga tété fa mi la koy politique ko jëlé.
Muy Omar Sagnang.
Même Omar Sagnanti.
Bi ñëwé suma néeg luñ fa ñëk fekka moy manifeste NPP.
Ba kabri nata nabun ko ne même folo taraje. Wala NPP la manifesto.
Ma del ci wat ci yow Modou Sabali tout.
Modou Sabali ci murite kan domandindro.
Wala risin ci pour bu mbeta ken.
Pour ka dali lol foye pour kana mo tereng.
Abdou Wilan halis yobul ko fen.
Ali la moy de. Wo.
For the image, for the image, for the viewers, ñi nga xamne ñu ngay xool.
Ako mel yan ko be korosura lay kayto jele bang.
Si 5 minutes la ko binda.
Ay ñimbe sebe minute lul le kono.
Pour wax leen lan moy suma risini joge UDP.
Ako ka dali loy tandi be ya bondi UDP bi.
Fogg naa ne amaguma wax 2 weeks de.
Ngamira ko amallo ko fula soto UDP folo.
President Barrow ma la wax ne.
Ba President Barrow mba fulay ko.
Sa jihad la ne ko dama dem research te dama ñëw with a result.
Nga mbela jihadol la. Wow.
Honorable Sekou Marong, Latikunda Sabiji Nam, who stood under the ticket of UDP, but now with NPP, added that no political party can defeat President Adama Barrow because he campaigned in 3 months and defeated Yaya Jammeh, whereas some people have been here 22 years and have never won an election.
Sidun diamo kono.
Duga si watan bi nak.
Unda.
Ala junda nyang.
Lefte promise la kukilina la.
Den la buga digde.
Ndamantala campagne la for 2021.
Man nekuma di campagne pour 2021.
2026 mbolo campagne kan.
Man campagne 2026 la nek.
Ni mamal la nga men foteng.
Kuma olu nak lima wax ni.
Fe yalla ndi December 4 or December 5 yang ko ya fa ñako yengina fo.
Nga binda ko def ko hatim ko tek ko nga oma December 5th or 4th or 5th nga wana li nga won.
Unda stay la yesino opposition te jamembe Adama Barrow wine jang comme December 4th.
Ala yunda demal tedda nelaw Gambia ben opposition nekk fi nga xamne yalla may nako ci pour nga gene fa président Barrow amu fi
ntela fo honorable Sekou Marong aman soto jang no atakela
man mako ma honorable Sekou Marong amul fete do am
wala da nga fa mole ko ntebu ka bora
mota man duma de dama wone duma de falé
ñenta sefa ne Facebook page odan ko
man dama ko musa binda suma Facebook page mané
1996
mané 1996
e ko be winnale
neñ ma win
ma win
winulo
2001
2001
ko be winna
kana dinga win
ima win
winulo
o boni je do fana nata
benen ñew
ko be winna
kana dinga win
ima win
winulo
ani jewo nata
ñenentel bi ñew
ko be winna
kana dinga win
ima win
winulo
dama baro nata
adama baro ñew
kari saba
ñetti weer
ko mbe aya jama bonde jam
na fi gende Yaya Jammeh
aya jama bonde jam
gende fi Yaya Jammeh al proudy al kuba wi bara ala baraka na fof ko nga durindi
kari saba
mu ne ñetti weer
adama baro nata
adama baro ñew
ako abe Yaya Jammeh bonde le jam
na fi jele Yaya Jammeh
Yaya Jammeh bondi
mu gende fi Yaya Jammeh
bi
tey
ni mo lore ko nyeko
so ni taxe ngane mané
e ko comme December 5th
ngane comme December 5th
I will be declared a president elect
nañ ma declare president elect
so ndeba bolale no kan
man na la topa yo
sanyi mo nim fula
ñaar fukki at ak ñaar
ko nyeko ndeba kala president elect
na nekk président buñ tànn
say maaje
ben tey faluñ la
ñim president onata
président bi ñëw
kay saba
ñetti weer
aya kenni
mu defal ñu ko
ko kana bulano ka
nga ne muñ toppa kooku
Gambia nolu
waa Gambia
mbekuma kilim folali
naa wa benn kaddu
ndu lefta ali ala hakilo to
buga naa ngeen bàyyi seen xel
politicien ijaw folo
sa bépp njëlbeni noon
fiya wala ka sila
mooy pour nga am ragal
pour ka sila
pour ragal
Gambia
mu ne Gambia de
be la tamu janti
yi ñun ñëpp ñoo ko moom
ala la politiko al ñenta kele
seen
ñami
politique nu mu waree na tegu si yoon
hey opposition man sila to be mo masa ko
opposition ragal yow bu nekk ci nguur looy ragal wo al proudy
be Gambia di wolu danna
ñu ngi ñaan waa doomi Gambia
mo mo ndi be Adama Barrow fasa ka
képp kuy farle Adama Barrow
alma mo la muti bang
ndax imam nga
fa al kalo lem
ndax alkali nga
youth leader lem
ndax youth leader nga
lefta mo be findi Adama Barrow ya fasa
ñëpp nañ génn a jàppale Adama Barrow
hey wuri ken songol be kele te ku kena
waaye yuuxu neen la gaay di def duñ def dara
kon be même fola Abdou
bon Abdoulaye liñ lay wax
ba fole ko
ñu ngi lay wax ne
neena ko ko
ñëwal sa kër Abdou
pare tala ni be do ko kena
pare nañ liggéey ak yow
mba tan dile la ko
nañ la won ne
imam folo yanti
yoo gin yoo ñoo gore
njaga
Amadou
ye barindi ya sile
Amadou doy nga jarbaat
nga ñine lom barindi wo ka ñine ke
am si jarbaat lii lay defal di jaayam
wala tan man ni ko
moo tax soosey ñu ne
e ko barindi wo wala ko ya tane wulu di ngoti
ne suma doo jarbaat moom laa gën a solal suma doom
ne ka fo
lii lañ gis loolu lañ xam wax
waaye mba fole ko
waaye nañ la wax ne
ntolu
ñun
KMC
pare nañ
ay diamo la ka sia
wax bi mooy bëri
waaye nga ñolo janne
waaye xamante nañ fi
nda ñange dum ay dinke jamale long
ndaa ñam pax yu bëri la fi xam
te ni mbe wato men kono say
si jamono buñ nekk nii
politiko sanjano asitale
waaye si jamono politique lañ nekk de
ndum be politiko kala ay senia set
nañ def politique ba mu leer nañ.
Mr. Willan said Mamadou Sabally is smart when it comes to politics, but should be careful of him because he is a chameleon.
ma taw si platform UDP lu ma leen njëkk a wax mooy ñëw naa to reconcile with my fellow citizens muy 3 years jot na
ako kabra nata UDP platform ay même foje journal si la moy ako nata le ka bulo du ñomol bulu melal ko wala muy ku ke ñolti ini mel ka du ñola wala Gambia for 3 years te wato anata pour ye bulo di ñol
waaye ci biir loolu
ako bar wokono
suma xarit
anga terima Mamadou Sabally
ku muus la si politique
moo ñaamee ni mbaa politique kono
waaye Mamadou naa la wax ne benn tey suñu xarit yoo yaa bi du yow du man yow xam nga fan la
ako Mamadou Sabally hani bi mbaa na teria ndete ete alon ne ala
waaye nag olof daf ne
bari surwal ko
bala nga mun a laxas
ako bi janni be minin roke no la
da nga jàngal la harti
ako ikam mo firi ñaame ko le folo karam
tuuti rek Mamadou
ako Mamadou Sabally
olof daf ne
ako surwal ko
bala nga ne dukuti
ako bala janni ka fo dukuti
da nga xam lan mooy dakati
ikalo ne munam dakatiti
man Abdou Wilane
akata Abdou Wilane
nekkuma baag bu ñoo jël rek kof yóbbuwaat
nte manke bagoti mbuusi mo si men casudro ya samba de
soma ko fee ees dama dee oyof de
ni en chance ku dage si fede
waaye suñ demee ba si biir
banin tata fo tameta
dama diis
tekul ya batal pour
waxuma ko di jay
man ta fo ka kam
parce que yàlla gi nga gom di ko jaamu
bari ilata ala men ne kay batu
moom laay xaar di ko jaamu politique naxante la
politiko mu ñoo nene wala
su fekkee dama leen nax démba
ndata ngal nene le kunun
suma mbokk yu nekk UDP
mbadi ngol melbe UDP
naxuma leen de naxante la
mal nene de ñoo nene wolem
te naxante ci dëgga
ni adu ñoo nene to ñakan
duma leen nax si fen
ntetal nene la fan yakan
ma duggee seen parti bente
kabni dun dal la parti ko nan bitema
Momadou da nga ya def sa research nga ne
modi famade la kisi kiriro ko
créatal nga ma name yow yaay di Octopus Commando
ko ye to ñi e katlama Octopus Commando di
suma nijaay mu ngi nii feeñ na
aka barim fele
kii kenn la rek si nijaay
ma bari net
nga ne yaay Octopus Commando bu UDP
ko dum Octopus Commando di UDP
nga ne man nga tuddee Lieutenant Abdou Wilane Octopus Commando
e ko yatel to la Octopus Commando Abdou Wilane la
nga ne Omar Sagna nga tuddee Lieutenant Octopus Omar Sagna
e ko Lieutenant Octopus Omar Sagna to la wol
I am the General Whale.
Mr. Wilane concluded that NPP is the solution for Gambia. For TFN News Review, I am Mati Senghor. Interesting story there, and now I'm joined in the studio by Honorable Sekou Marang. Welcome to the Party Network.
Thank you for having me on here also.
Honorable, what is your take on Mr. Wilane rejoining NPP?
Well, thank you very much for asking that question. I think it is very simple. My take on Mr. William joining NPP is that he has seen the tolerance, the political tolerance that is in NPP. When Mr. Williams joined the UDP, NPP as a party didn't go after him with all that insult or whatsoever, or by calling him name or whatsoever you may call it. And then when he left, he didn't left NPP to join UDP. We want Gambian to understand this thing, and we want Gambian to know this. Mr. William Abdou left Gambia for five years
and peace building,
and he went and joined UDP, and today he quit UDP and then joined NPP. My take on this is simple. That is a political tolerance that we have, because we believe that every citizen of this country have the right to belong to anywhere that you want to. That's politics, and that is your fundamental human right, and that right is guaranteed in our law. So him joining UDP and coming back to NPP, well, we welcome him with open arms, and we are ready to work with him.
Mr. Morong, you announced that you were taking a break from politics, right? And today, and we're seeing you participating in the Mr. Wilane administration again in the.
Well, I think this is very interesting, and Gambians need to understand this one. When I say to the Gambians I'm taking a break from politics, I can mean I'm taking an hour break from politics, I am taking days break from politics, I am taking weeks breaks from politics, I am taking months break from politics, or I am taking years breaks from politics, or I'm breaking forever. Yes, I take some breaks at the right time, at the time that I needed it most. And then now I am back. I am back on it now.
How popular is NPP at Latrikunda Savigi constituency, where you are the NAM there?
Well, I am the sitting member of a parliament of Latrikunda Savigi. If you ask me how popular is NPP, remember I am representing NPP in Latrikunda Savigi.
But you stood for a ticket of UDP.
Yeah, that doesn't matter. But then, let's look at the history, what happened. Then we have Adama Barrow, part and parcel of UDP when I was contesting on the UDP ticket. And today, President Barrow is no longer with UDP. Myself, I am not with UDP. So asking me what's the popularity of NPP in Latrikunda Savigi is very simple. Latrikunda Savigi MP, the sitting MP of Latrikunda Savigi is NPP. That is enough to tell you how popular NPP is at Latrikunda Savigi.
Okay, Mr. Morong, you were a member of the United Democratic Party and you got sacked there, right? And the party has since accused you of being a betrayer. Is this so? Well,
I didn't just blame anybody of telling you. I didn't blame them for saying that. But one thing I just want to tell you, this is a party that wherever you come from and join them, they will celebrate you. But the moment, the seconds or the minute that you left that party, you'll be called all sorts of names. We all know this is what is happening here. So them telling me that I'm a betrayal, I'm okay with it. But let's remember what's happened exactly. When I stood on the UDP ticket, I contested. UDP and Adama Barrow were all together. And there's this saying in Mandinka, and let me say this, there's this saying in Mandinka, that Niye Sisoli pay fast wala, that means that you Imam Baraka. I am not that type. Yes, I come on the UDP ticket, with Adama Barrow being part and parcel of UDP. So calling me I'm a betrayal, come on, let them go ahead and call me I'm a betrayal. I am okay with it. All right? But I can tell you, if I betray UDP as a party, then UDP betray Gambia as a country. So if they call me a betrayal because of UDP, and I will call them a betrayal because they betray this country. That is the Gambia. We're looking at the history, what happened, coalition when it comes, the 3 years agreement, what exactly happened? Why did it disintegrated? And that was the betrayal of all. Okay. So calling me a betrayal, I'm okay with it.
Okay. Voter registration is days away. How do you, how would you see, like to see this as a politician?
Well, I think for me it's very simple. You know, we all know the documents that one needs. You need to have a national identification card, you need to have your passport, you need to have a birth certificate, or you need to have an Alcalo attestation to certify you that you are a Gambian. Then you have a voter's card. And then one thing also, I'm appealing to the general public. Election is the business of everybody. Do not say that I'm not going to look for a voter's card. If you want to have a say in how your country is running, you need to have your voter's card. That voter's card is your voice. But if you don't have the voter's card, you will not be able to defend your voice. So the registration is coming. Let the whole Gambia register. If you are qualified, go and register and have your voter's card.
You are a member of NPP, and there are claims that NPP wants to win the election at all costs, including violence. Is this true?
Well, that is never true. NPP have never said in any political platform that we want to win election by violence. When whatsoever we do, when we said we're going to do this by hook or by crook. And this is exactly what he said. He didn't say that I'm going to do violence or whatsoever. Barrow is a winner. He is not going to stand out there and tell you I'm going to win by violence. No, he is already a winner. So why would a winner go out and tell people that I'm going to win by election by violence? He will never say that. What some people here, that what do you know?
I don't know that.
Yes, the party leader of UDP once uttered that was like, we're going to make this country ungovernable. Adama Barrow, as a president of this country, will never utter such. Because this is a country that belongs to all of us. And there can never be a development without peace. Without peace, forget it. So I can assure you President Barrow did not say that, and he will never say that. And we, the supporters of NPP, being part and parcel of NPP, that's not what we think. What we think is that we are all Gambians, it's elections, let's just go and vote. At the end of the day, the winner go home with it.
Okay, the issue of insecurity has been a great concern to citizens, and there are comments that the borough government is not doing enough to protect the lives of the citizens. How do you make up the current security situation in the Gambia? Well,
you know, when we talk about security in the country, we have to look at the cause of. If you look at the situation right now, the beaches are closed, the hotels are closed, the unemployment rate is at high rate. We understand that one. All right? That is one reason. And then also, we know very, very well that this country we call Gambia, yes, issues are happening. But also, let us not forget that social media is also playing a role in this. I remember in my days when I was working at Standard Chartered Bank, a lady ran away with a lot of money, worth millions of dollars. It's happening in this country. Over $6 million plus some dollars and euro, it happened. All right? GT Bank at Bakau was robbed in those days. All right? And a lot of things happen. But today, because of the advance of the social media, anything that's happened, even if two people are fighting on the street, someone will just take a video of it and show it and say it on the social media. And people start to wonder and saying that Gambia is not safe, Gambia is not safe. Yes, there is a crime in this country. I will not deny that one. Yeah. All right? But the level that they are just pushing it is not true. All right? No, this is our country. And we have a country to build. And the issue of a security should not be politicized. If you politicize the issue of a security, you might end up being the victim. Let Gambians understand that one. You just go there, you look at the young guys, very, very young boys, at the age of 15, 16, drinking alcohol. And if they are drunk, it leads to a lot of things. But where did those kids come from? They come from homes. They have fathers, they have mothers, they have uncles, and they have guardians. Then what is the role of those people in this issue? What is the role of us as a Gambian? Responsibility of every genuine Gambian citizen in this country. We all have to be, ask those who are in the West. Anything that happened, even if they had a noise in the house that they didn't know, they would call the police. This is what we call citizenship. People should come out and talk. That's fine, he can talk. But if President Barrow comes out and talk, let's understand that there's an institution that are responsible and they are doing their jobs. Right now, I had you reading the role of what anti-crime, the operation is doing, the joint operation, what they are doing. Do you want Gambian to, or do you want President Barrow to employ a police officer at any street? It cannot happen. Let's remember that the population that we have and the number of the police that we have is not enough to give up that kind of a security. So let us all be our own security. Those people, where did they come from? They come from homes. All right? The imams have to talk about it. Our mothers have to talk to their children. The fathers, the uncles, guardians, everybody. So the issue of a security should not be politicized. Saying that President Barrow is not competent to rule this country because of the security X and security Y. Whoever saw that one, you're just fooling yourself. Because look, the moment you politicize the issue of security, you might end up being the victim. So we have to be very...
Are you confident of the NPP being victorious in the December election?
Well, this is why I say that I am not campaigning for this December 2021. I am just waiting for 2026 because I am 100% sure that 2021 December is already sealed and President Barrow is going to continue, inshallah.
So you're certain that you're going to win?
I am 100% certain that I am going to win. If there is a percentage more than 100, I'm going to use it. President Barrow is going to be elected again.
Thank you very much, Mr. Morong. And that's it for today's news review. My name is Marisema. Until we come your way next week, inshallah. Have a good evening.